Niners! As the legendary offseason continues, and we're going to start seeing things develop more and more as we move toward OTAs and the beginning of the season. You know, I tell you, man, we're already, can you imagine? Because the fact, as I always like to mention, our season was so long compared to most. No, not most. Everybody but us and the Chiefs. I love being elite, don't you? But anyway, headline news. Time for the 49ers to deal with their RFAs, of whom are Kendrick Bourne and Matty B. Of course, restricted free agents, as you know, a player with 3 accrued seasons and an expired contract. RFAs are free to negotiate and sign with any team, but the original team can offer them one of various qualifying offers, tenders that come with the right of first refusal and or draft pick compensation. So the 2020 league year and free agency period begin March 18th, 1 p.m. Pacific time. You ready for that? That's going to be a crazy day because the 49ers have, the 49ers, they keep those cards close to the chest. John Lynch, he said when he first came to this team, I want to make sure there's no leaks coming out of this building. So, you know, and I think he tested things out. I think he tested Jed, some others. It was funny. And he found out there wouldn't be, so he says, you know, I think this is a okay place to work. But anyway, getting right down to it so we get started here. KB has gotten better and better and better during his 3 seasons. Doing that better, and better. Yeah. And I know Tony just got through cutting, but you know what? I don't disagree. He had a great free agency breakdown, but I don't agree with getting rid of KB. The 49ers, and he's been with them and done a great job, and he's now scheduled for restricted free agency. Coach Kyle Shanahan was quoted during the scouting combine saying, quote, at some midpoint during the season, Kendrick Bourne took a huge step forward, and so we went with 3 guys, and we didn't want to rotate as much. Unquote. KB established himself along with the E-Man and Debo as a reliable top 3 wideout for the 49ers. And here's the thing, fam. When you're looking at Dante Pettis, you got Jalen Hurd was laid up. Trent Taylor has been hurt. If for no other reason, you look at the durability of Kendrick Bourne, who's been available every single game for 3 years. That's uncanny. I think he'll get. In fact, I'm worried about losing him if for no other reason that the 49ers could get outbidded for Kendrick Bourne. There's a lot of teams he'd play for, and he may start on a few. So it's pretty interesting what's going to happen to him. In the Super Bowl, well, he caught 30 passes during the regular season. 23, all right, 30 passes, right? 23 of which went for first downs with 5 TDs. Fam, that's good no matter who you are as a receiver in the NFL. In the Super Bowl, Bourne caught 2 passes for 42 yards. 49ers have 3 seasons invested in KB, and they've gotten good production from KB, considering the fact that he came to the 49ers as an undrafted player. His youth potential and costs alone make him a priority to bring back in the minds of plenty. The 49ers, as you already know, are at a stage where they have some salary cap concerns with big money deals looming for Defoe and GK, of course, and possibly Eric Armstead, possibly. We haven't heard anything since about a week ago, and we're talking about countdown to the end of this free agency period. We're talking 10 days, in fact. Sanders is scheduled to be an unrestricted free agent, and not much being said about that as well. But then, as I say, the 49ers could suddenly strike and say, we're going to do this. So we'll have to wait and see on that. The 49ers might not be able to afford Sanders, though, when it comes down to the cash, although Tony did do a good job as to how you could keep him. But the well-seasoned KB fits nicely in the team's budget. The 49ers have too many other unknowns with Dante Pettis, who, would you please, Dante, bring it? Stand it. It's like every time you watch, will the real Dante Pettis please stand up? So we're going to see what he looks like. They've already told Dante under no uncertain terms, listen, this is it, Dante. Show us something. All right. So, and then you got Trent Taylor and Jalen Hurd. But KB, for sure. And I mentioned durability and always available. one thing about him, he's available and reliable. KB. So the Niners should extend the low tender of $2.144 million. But if another team signs more into an offer sheet and the 49ers decline to match, the 49ers will receive not a penny in compensation. With a tender of $3.278 million, the 49ers would protect themselves with second-round compensation. Ooh. You want to take him now? We're going to sign for $3.278. You want to take him? Sold! We'll take that second-round pick, baby. So yeah, that's the way that goes. So that I don't know how they worked out in the CBA, but that's pretty much for the owner's benefit. There's no real legitimate reason to let KB get away when you think about all the factors. The only scenario would be if the 49ers take the gamble of giving him that low tender and another team swoops in to offer him a multi-year contract. That would kill the 49ers. The 49ers are now willing to match on that type of deal. And then, of course, the 49ers will certainly tender Bourne once there's more clarity on the league's collective bargaining agreement, which the players are still fooling around with. You know what kills me about the Players Association? That's their guy that negotiated that. They don't even trust him. They've got players voting no. I don't get it. Anyway, we'll have to find out about that later. But at what level is the question with this? With a second-round tender of $3.278 million, the 49ers do not run the risk of losing Bourne, most likely, and receiving nothing in return. They can't take that chance. At the same time, the 49ers should look to sign Bourne to a multi-year contract if they're smart this offseason to put some sizable guaranteed money in his pocket. He's probably earned that by now. While being a reasonable deal for the team over the long term. Tony said, Ronbo, and Big Show's probably said, Ronbo, you've got to be kidding me. Tony's flexible on it, I'm pretty sure, but Big Show there's just no way he's going to accept this. And Matty Breida, let me go over Matty Breida real quick. His drop on the depth chart is a huge cause for concern. Matty B was a 49ers leading rusher for in 2018. Despite battling lingering ankle issues, and this may be one of the things that the 49ers are not appreciating about Matty B, as every year those ankles go out. But Jesus Christ, he could do a job when he's out there. And after Devin Coleman was injured, and TC got injured in the first game last year, remember that? Breida picked up where he left off with games of 121, 114 yards rushing over a 3-game span. God, Matty B is just a production machine. But Matty B fell out of the rotation after returning from missing 3 games with an ankle injury. He was not used much in the playoffs, as you know, and he played no offensive snaps in the Super Bowl. Now, Matty B is a restricted free agent, and the 49ers have to make a decision. It would be difficult to do much better than Matty B did in the first 3 NFL seasons. Really, would it? 5 yards per carry, that means he's first down all day long if you just want to run the ball with him. In 43 games, he carried 381 times for 1,902 times. You do the math. And 6 TDs. His 5.0 average is about as good as it gets. He also worked at improving out of the backfield as a pass catcher. 67 receptions for 561 yards and 4 TDs in 3 seasons. And mind you, he had to work behind Carlos Hyde his first year. His second year, he came on and took a bigger role, but everybody got hurt, McKinnon and everybody else. So he got a few more carries. Matty's a model teammate in that locker room. He's not a starter with the Niners, though. He's stable with the stable running backs we got. But he is a fabulous option in the reserve role. Considering his production, Matty B was an absolute bargain, fam. For the Niners in his first 3 NFL seasons, making a total of approximately $1.7 million. Now, he is a restricted free agent, and the Niners must decide if or what level to tender him. The low tender is $2.144 million for 1 year. If another team signs him to an offer sheet, and they're going to, the Hawks, because the Hawks run through running backs faster than we do. They'll get him. And the 49ers declined to match that money, they would receive no compensation, not a dime. The only way the 49ers would receive compensation is if they extend a qualifying offer of $3.278 million and second-round pick or $4.667 million for the first-round pick. Now, that's what they get in return, right, if they offer that kind of money. Niners already have Heem, TC, and Mrs. Wilson's baby boy, Jeff, under contract. Jerick McKinnon, word is that the team is pursuing the possibility of bringing him back on a low-level contract after he missed the past 2 seasons with knee issues. And people should really get over the fact that the 49ers they're not going to cut him, fam. He's going to accept whatever deal they give him. Kyle Shanahan has probably already told him, listen, I really want to put you out there. You're going to have to accept the contract they're going to give you, though, or else it's out of my hands. Because Kyle wanted him, I mentioned earlier, this guy runs routes like a slot receiver, right? He's got lightning-like speed and quickness. He was supposed to be the guy the year before last. They're going to want to see him. So if they offer Jerick McKinnon, he takes a low-level contract, he will not be cut. That's pretty much, I'd bet the farm on that. So, the bitter reality of the situation is that the Niners might decide to let Breida walk. And they'll take that spot. You fill the depth chart with a younger third down running back who is a more polished route runner, which is what Kyle Shanahan is all about. You need to have that skill set. Although it's funny because Kyle didn't even use TC, and apparently he has that skill set, and you rarely saw Kyle do that. Instead, he went to Deebo Samuel to fill that role. Did you notice that? Because Kyle needs that position to do that. But if I got McKinnon and Deebo on the field and TC, okay, that adds a dimension to the team and a diversity on the attack that we've not seen yet. Just speculation on my part on that one. It's a painful situation for those of us who have been pulling for Matty B, though. But $2.144 million for a running back who was number 4 on the depth chart and Super Bowl 54 is simply too much to pay when the 49ers have higher priorities on their roster. So 49ers must make some tough decisions this offseason. For now, it just seems unlikely the Niners will be willing to pay Breida the price it will take to retain him when the club can spend a fraction of that price to bring an undrafted rookie in to compete for a spot on a 53-man roster. And chances are they've already got their scouts out there and who's already found that person already. I don't want to see Matty B leave, and I thought he should have got more of a chance last year, but hey, we got to learn to develop a thick skin, fam. We've got a team. We're in the Super Bowl window. It's wide open. The curtains are whipping around all over the room. Dust is flying everywhere. And we're waiting to raise that Lombardi so people can stop making jokes about the 49ers quest for 6. We've had 2 opportunities to actually alleviate that situation, and we have failed 2 times. Will there be a third? I think the 49ers, next time they go, they will be fully matured enough. I won't be saying anything about what I said last year. This team ain't mature enough, fam. Nah, they'll make it next time. They learned everything they needed to learn. And this going all as far as they did in the playoffs was just saddening, but it was golden. Speaking of golden, gold money. Thanks, fam. He says, don't you think Jimmy G will be better this year without his leg brace? Thanks, man. Look, I don't know. The leg brace probably didn't bother G. I do think that it takes like maybe a season or so to get over an ACL tear. And yeah, I thought he maneuvered pretty well for a guy that did get over that. I like Jimmy G for a lot of other reasons this year. First of all, I think they're going to address the situation where G should not be under that kind of stress. And for God's sakes, Kyle, maybe, though, you mentioned this about the leg, maybe Kyle didn't want to be having Jimmy move around like that much on that leg. Because for God's sakes, I could see where you don't need a call for a rollout or a bootleg or a play action or something, Kyle. Can't you see he's not going to get any throws off standing there? And he still did it anyway. So maybe that was it. So, we'll see what happens with that. I do see a better Jimmy G for a lot of reasons, though. As I said, gelling in the system, playing with the nucleus of players that they've come together as far as understanding Kyle Shanahan's concepts, but they're not that easy. Because a lot of people think everybody should come out there. The joke that Tom Brady would come in and just segue right into a smooth ability to just handle that offense is such BS. That's why I wish it would hurt me. Hey, Jermaine Price says, what's up? Can I get a birthday song today? Jermaine! I was in the mood to do that anyway, man. I'm ready to say, let me get some liquid here for us. Well, important liquid, too, you know what I'm saying? Over there. Happy Niners birthday to Jermaine. Happy Niners birthday to Jermaine. I want to make sure that's clear. Happy Niners! birthday to Jermaine. When people ask me to do it, I got to do it, Mr. Blockeye says, good vid a few minutes ago. I mean, as far as free agents, I like Matty B. It's IJS. I know money is low and we can't sign everyone, but we need to find a way to keep the revenge band together. Unfinished business. I really agree. I really wish we could keep the same guys together. But you know what's really crazy? What if... Because these guys are really good at going out and finding players. What if they bring somebody that's a level above? Wouldn't that be freaky? It's the kid. I haven't seen you in a while. 916. He says, Matt, another Ronbo fan yesterday. Let's go 49ers. Let's run that back. And FAWK, Bill Venom, BI, yes. Anyway, and RG, Niner Empire, stand up. Corvettes rule and Mustangs drool. Right. He says, Tom should pick a team that isn't facing Jimmy G until the playoffs. The media will eat him up if he loses to Jimmy. Ooh, ain't that the truth? Empire Strikes Back. Oh, thanks, man. Too much, but thanks. Anthony V.I. says, nice, hoping you're going to have your show coming up today. Anthony, we're here, man. Hey, Omar, I'm so glad you called. Omar, come on in here, man. Omar, I took a long time scaling through every. Omar, I cannot find you. You're going by your name, Omar. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Correct.
And where are you on your Twitter? Do you go by Omar?
No, I don't have a Twitter.
Oh, I thought you said you sent it to my Twitter account.
I ended up sending yours. I ended up sending everything to Ronbo Sports. But like, what I could do is I could resend everything, and I could look it up. Is it just RomboSports.com? Is that how it is?
On Twitter?
No. On your email.
On my email, yeah, because I thought we tried the email. Yeah, RomboSports@gmail.
Oh, RomboSports@gmail.com.
Did you leave that out?
Okay.
That must be it. RomboSports@gmail.com.
No, I actually had everything in, so I was wondering. And I send you pictures of me and the players, of everybody.
The important part, RomboSports@gmail.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyway, give it another shot, and let's see if that works. Don't forget the Gmail. Hey, Omar.
Yes, sir. And I want you to see the pics, man. They're good pictures, man.
I know they are. That's why I want to see them. All right, Omar, let's get started. Listen, you're looking at Matty B, and you're looking also Kendrick Bourne. Are we going to be all right with him? Do you want to keep these guys, or what's up?
I do want to keep Matt Breida. I love Matt Breida. He's such a nice kid. It's just kind of like talking to Matty in person and meeting him and just watching him play. He's a good guy. They gave him a chance. Awesome. He came out of Georgia Southern. John Lynch liked him. Kyle Shanahan liked him. Yes, he fumbled twice. That's why he was in the lineup. That's why he was in the doghouse. Give the guy a chance. I like the guy. He's a good running back. I don't want him to end up on a team like the Buccaneers because his family lives here and they're from Spring Hill. I do not want to see him ending up in the Buccaneers and sucking it up here in this bad organization here in Tampa. So he deserves to be with he deserves to be with the 49ers. Let him stay with us, man. He's a good guy. He's a good running back, man. But you got to give him a chance,
I agree.
I think Kyle Shanahan got gun shy with him and didn't trust him. That's why he didn't put him in the game.
And the bad thing about it is Matty, he never had fumble problems until that one stretch last season. Matty B always secured the ball.
Twice. Oh. He fumbled the one time when he was supposed to be down, and before his leg touched the ground,
I know, right? That should have been not.
I have to stop this madness. Matt Breida had 4 fumbles on his last 17 carries, bro. He had 5 fumbles throughout the whole season.
Nice.
Stop with he only fumbled twice, bro. He had 4 fumbles on his last 17 carries. So let me straighten that out. Y'all
all right, Drake. Let Omar finish. Okay, point taken. All right, hold on.
Right.
But you know what? No matter what.
I had no idea.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I had no idea that he fumbled that many times, so he had to correct me. So, hey, dude, I appreciate him telling me, he was just educating me because I didn't know he fumbled that many times.
No, he didn't have a stretch where he was fumbling.
You can't fumble You know what? You cannot fumble in the NFL. Everybody knows it. You know, if Kyle Shanahan sees you fumbling,
he'll take you out.
And that's any team. Yes. And
Remember,
any football team you go
the
to,
first
any
year?
coach will do that to you.
Remember the first year with Mostert? Mostert fumbled that Rams game. We didn't see Mostert for the rest of the season. This is what happens. Mostert stayed on the team probably because of his special teams ability. Kyle then trusted him again because he had to, and he showed he's just awesome.
But
so,
I think that once he gets trusted again, hey, look what happened to Mostert. He fumbled. Look at him now. He's our first string running back. He's doing damage. And I wish they would have given him the ball more in the Super Bowl, but that's a complete different story. You know, I don't want to get into that.
But what's really funny, Mostert fumbled at the beginning of the year against the Steelers, right? And Kyle didn't take that seriously. I don't know. Could we be wrong? Maybe there's something else with Kyle and Matty B. I don't get it.
I don't know. It could be. Listen, the only one that knows is them two. You know, it's something personal. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with them, but I like the kid because he's good insurance for us. But, you know, it's not our call at the end of the day, you know, and that's up to Kyle and that's up to John in the office, and it's out of our hands. But if they do sign him, it won't be too expensive. So, you know.
Well, yeah, they got to come to a certain point. But listen, talk about Kendrick Bourne. Are you in favor of keeping him? Or are you going to let him go ahead and go get a max deal, or not a max deal, but a multiple-year deal with another team?
I like Kendrick Bourne because I know he dropped some passes, obviously, because I've seen the game when he dropped them.
Well,
but in the red zone, in the red zone he was automatic. He was automatic in the red zone, and then towards the end started to catch on.
Omar, let me ask you this before, because this is a running thing. Did you notice a lot of missing passes after Kendrick Bourne? I mean, after around Emmanuel Sanders showed up. Did you notice a lot of missed passes after that point?
When Emmanuel Sanders showed up on the scene, they tried to give him the ball, and I think Kendrick Bourne dropped the pass. I think he did drop a pass, but I'm not sure what game it was. But I like Kendrick
Bourne. If you got to see what I'm saying, if you got to think about that hard, I think a lot is being made of early season woes, but he's not getting much credit for his second half of the season when he was pretty solid.
He did good, and then towards the end of the season, he was a stud for us. He was a red zone guy. He was catching everything. Hey, a prime example. Look when Jerry Rice came on the scene. Jerry Rice was dropping everything. Everybody knows that. But look at him now. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a GOAT. So look at him now. It's not – hey, my thing is this. It's not the fall. What matters is the comeback. That's what matters.
Exactly.
Give Matty B a chance.
And
put him back out. It's the comeback is what matters, man.
Yeah.
Everybody messes up, man. Everybody fumbles. Every great running back has fumbled before. Evan Smith fumbled. Not many, but he's fumbled. Every great running back has fumbled, and look where they're at now. So give the guy a chance, man.
And that's the bottom line.
But Dre made a good point. Yeah,
yes,
yeah, but Dre made a good point. He just fumbled a few times, and you can't do that in the NFL, especially when the team is trying to compete for a title. So
there you go.
I'll definitely agree with Dre on that point.
And maybe that's what Kyle based his keep him on the bench thing. I don't know.
Exactly.
But we got to go, Omar. Omar, great to hear from you. Okay. And please try one more time, and don't forget it's at Gmail. All right. All right, man. Have a good night.
All right, Ronbo. Take it easy, bud. Bye.
You too. There's Omar down in Dade City. Let's go get James.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
James, I'm sitting there wondering what life will be without Matty B. And also Kendrick B, Carrie B, the B's. You know, I don't know, maybe James, you figured it out. Kyle all of a sudden went completely sour on Matty B. But you know, when you look at the alternatives, you're not getting rid of Mostert. If he was the one you compare, you can't get rid of Mostert. He loves him some TC. He's never going to get rid of TC. And, of course, you've also got the third man. And Jeff Wilson Jr. is a bad, bad boy all of a sudden. Not all of a sudden. You always was high on Jeffrey Wilson Jr. And now you got Jerick McKinnon, who's got a versatility that Kyle's been wanting to exploit the rest of the NFL on for a long time. That's four guys. I don't know if we can carry five. So by that, what do you think?
Well, I think truth be told, The way it looks to me, I got a feeling that the way they're going to create some cap room, when you look at who's expendable, who can be out the door, Matt Breida has definitely got in the doghouse with Kyle Shanahan with that fumble problem. It didn't get any better through the season. He didn't play. I don't think he played one snap in the Super Bowl.
No, he didn't.
Okay, and on top of that, I think it was in that Packers game. He fumbled the ball, but he got back on the ball, I believe, and Kyle was through with a minute. Kyle looked over at Bobby Turner like, hey, you can sit him, man. Let him take his helmet off. He's done. And I do believe, truth be told, with them signing Jeffrey Wilson, knowing what we already got in Raheem Mostert, I really think, truth be told, I feel like Matt Breida and possibly Devin Coleman might be out the door, man, with Marquise Goodwin. I believe that because we're going to get, hopefully, a healthy Jerick McKinnon back. They re-tenured Jeffrey Wilson, which I think is going to have a bigger role. And at the end of the day, and he should. And at the end of the day, you know, once training camp starts, they're waiting after the draft. They're probably going to bring in 5 guys that didn't get drafted that were running backs. You understand? And so they're gonna find a diamond in the rough, or not one, maybe 2. But that's what I'm seeing. And
it'll be cheaper too. That's the thing.
Of course. And I think they don't mind. I mean, they would hate to lose Emmanuel Sanders, but listen, man, I haven't believed in him since the Super Bowl ended, because some reporter asked him, well, how would you feel about, you know, possibly going back to the Steelers? He said, oh, I'd love to go back to the Steelers.
He did say that.
With the Niners, and you're saying that. So he's all about the business and the money. That's it. And I think if somebody can come along, if they could bait him into a deal, and somebody comes along that needs a receiver, like maybe even New England right now, you know, they may be able to trade him.
Somebody mentioned that the other day. That's right. The Patriots might take Sanders.
And they may take him and Marquise Goodwin, because they got nobody, man. They got nobody.
And that's why they don't.
They got Philip Dorsett and Julian Edelman.
They got the rookie sensation from Arizona.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right.
What's it?
And so Nikhil Harvey.
Yeah,
something like that. Nikhil Harvey.
That's him.
But that, to me, I got a feeling that when you look at the team, that's really the only places that they could free up some cap money. And maybe even they try to get it. No, I'm saying for us, salary cap wise.
Yeah.
Because somebody's got to go. I think they pretty much have looked at Jimmy Ward with his shenanigans about what position he's going to play, and you know, wanting to play part-time GM and free safety. And man, listen, him,
you know, but he's got to tell you where he's strongest. I mean, but they know he's strongest at safety. Do we need another? We need him playing corner. Do we? I don't know.
Well, I know one thing for sure. If you ask me, I'm fine with seeing Tavarius Moore or Marcel Harris on that field, because Tavarius Moore is going to be a free agent next year. Now, the only good thing about next year, by the blessings of God, that salary cap is going up to $240 million. So it's going up like another whole $30 million in this new CBA agreement, and that's on top of the 10 that it's going to escalate up to this year. It's going to go up to $200 million. And by 2021, they said that it's going to be up to $240 million per team. But they're going to do away with the transition tag if the agreement, the contract agreement passes, which it'll still be more money to spend, even doing away with that tag. And a lot of guys on the depth chart that are not big money guys, they will still wind up with an extra $250,000, I think it is, in their contract, or yeah. guys that like play special teams, or even in Matt Breida's case, only getting for the 3 years that we signed him as an undrafted.
He
free
worth
agent.
$1.7 million for 3 years. Matty B
Right.
guys are making more money than that at Silicon Valley, and not getting beat up as
Well,
much. That's pretty rough. I feel bad for him.
I tell you though, man, this thing. I feel right now. I know a lot of Niner Empire brethren would probably disagree with me on this, but I don't really see that Emmanuel Sanders window still being open. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because
James,
I look at it like this.
James, you know what? You might have to hold on
Kendrick
that
Bourne.
till tomorrow night, because we're out of time now.
Kendrick
But-
Bourne. We need
Real quick.
to sign Kendrick Bourne. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, I
We need
kind
to
of
sign him, bro.
Yeah, Kyle trusts him. Those opening season drops aren't going to figure into it. Anyway, hey, James, we'll see you tomorrow night. All right.
All right, Ronbo. Thank you so much. Thank you for what you do, the platform you provide. Niner Empire, Niner for life.
Thanks,
Thank
James.
you. See you tomorrow
Appreciate
night
you,
by
fam.
the grace of God. Good night.
Have a good night. And Madison literal. If not for Bourne and his game-winning 3 and 17 catches, we would be no doubt a lower seed in the playoffs. It may not even meet it tomorrow. You know, I at this point, Kendrick Bourne did too much last year to still get some of the hatred he gets. When you only remember the drops and don't remember all the sensational plays, that means I got to call that hate. So, and Kyle doesn't hate him. He looks at the production and the clutch plays he made. He's going to go. I would bet that Kendrick Bourne is on this team coming to the team. The Mac says, why give Goodwin to the Chiefs? We already can't defend Tyreek Hill. You know what's funny? Because the Chiefs like speed because of the arm that Mahomes has got. I think the Chiefs would knock on his door. Oh, my God. Just bizarre. Just all over the field. All Mahomes has to do, you guys know what to do. We ain't running no plays. They can't cover 3 people like y'all. I'll look for you. Coach Timo says, if N'Keal Harry can't make it with the Patriots and Tom Brady tossing him the rock, he's a bust. Many fans were on his bandwagon before the draft last year. I said he wasn't in my top 20 wide receivers. Yeah, N'Keal Harry did like every first-round wide receiver pick. He got hurt. He got seriously hurt. I don't ever want to see the 49ers get a first-round draft wide receiver. That is scary how that is a given. What wide receiver got picked last year in the first round and didn't get hurt? Did we see Hollywood Brown on the field all year? Maybe him. Maybe. All right. Hey, Dre, come on in, Dre.
Yes, sir. What's going on, my guy?
Well, Dre, you know, man, I'm telling you right now, I'm looking at our 2 RFAs, and I'm wondering, is either one of them going to survive? Now, I'm pretty sure Kendrick will be back. I don't know about Matty B, given the circumstances. What are you thinking on this?
Ronbo. When a man has just look at the logistics of what he does. When you talk about guys who make the most of the opportunity. This man had 30 receptions. 24 of his receptions were for first down touchdowns. He had 5 touchdowns. 30 receptions, 5 touchdowns. So for the math guys out, that means every 1 out of 6 receptions was a touchdown, and the other were first down. That's not easy to do, bro. I don't give a damn who you are. It's just not. It's not easy to do. It's just not easy to do. And Jeffrey Wilson Jr. is on the same even keel with Kendrick. This man had 27 carries and he had 4 touchdowns. He had 3 receptions and he had 1 touchdown for a catch. That's not easy to do, bro. It's not. You have
especially in the role he played. That means most of the time he was coming out there, limited amount of snaps. He was producing.
Yeah, and he's making things happen, bro. Like, so just think of what's going to happen when he gets more opportunity. Like, I really haven't seen that before, where a guy has limited opportunity and he makes that much play. I think I've seen one guy do it, and it was John Ross 2 years ago. He had 28 receptions and he had 5 touchdowns, but he also runs 4 seasons. and he can't stay healthy. Kendrick, has he ever been on an injury report list?
Never. I've never. 3 years, not one day was he not ready to play.
Has he ever missed a game?
Never.
Has he ever missed a game? Has he ever been late to practice?
Well, now he has been late.
Never.
He has been late. Kyle cussed him out, and he never was late anymore. He missed the
He
meeting
was
by a
late
few
for
minutes.
a film study session, but I'm talking about
Practice. I don't think so. I never heard about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to replace guys like that. He's a guy who has earned every bit of his minimum salary, and I think he deserves that 3.2 tender with the second round pick added to it. He deserves it, bro. I mean, we just gave Marquise Goodwin 14. We just gave Marquise Goodwin 15 out of the 21 million for one good season. And the one good season he had, it wasn't while he was under contract. He had a 1-year deal that year.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you give somebody like Kendrick? Kendrick has more touchdowns this year and last year than Marquise Goodwin has over the past 3 years.
Yeah, maybe longer.
This is Kendrick's second year in a row leading receivers in touchdowns.
And TDs.
I don't want to hear about drop passes. Yes, he had 4. He had 2 in the Seahawks game, and he had 2 in the Seahawks game. He had 1 that was batted, that was tipped up in the air against the Falcons, and he had 1 in the Rams game. But I mean, we can't just talk about that, bro. I mean, we got to look at it from this. I mean, I hear people talking about Kendrick's drop passes more than Debo's, and Debo had 9 drop passes. He had 9.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't get. I just don't get it, bro. I just really don't get it. I love Debo, but I'm just saying, if you're gonna call one guy out, then call the guy out that had twice as many drop passes. Call that guy out too. You know what I'm saying?
You know, at the beginning of the season, it was really rough. I just say it wasn't only Kendrick dropping passes. That's why you know what?
No, it wasn't.
It's things straightened out
it was
after
everybody.
Sanders arrived somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I don't get it. So, and as far as Matt Breida, he is very talented. But at the same time, out of the five fumbles that he had, this is the thing. He had 5 fumbles, but he recovered 2 and 3 were overturned. He also had a screen pass that was batted off his hands against the Steelers game. I'm pretty sure you remember that. And so that's 4 turnovers. And on every time that he turned the ball over, it was touchdowns made off the turnover. And that's
is that right? Because that I didn't pay attention to.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And a lot of people, even in the Falcons game where he turned the ball over, they got the ball back and they wouldn't score it on that drive. They won the game. I mean, those are things that Kyle looks at. You know what I mean? It's not so much that the ball was turned over. It's like, damn, that's 28 points of turnovers, you know what I mean, that, cost us games or we won a close game. And that's what he's looking at. If it's me, I restructure McKinnon because, I just don't get what my brother James was talking about. Say we keep McKinnon and let Breida go. We keep McKinnon and let Breida go. I don't know about that because we don't know what we're going to get. So with Breida, I would tender him and see if anybody bites down. I would make some calls and see if anybody bites down and see who wants him and then tender him and get a pick back. And if not, I'll bring him back as a free agent and I'll bring him back for camp. And basically, it's going to be out of him and McKinnon, to basically see who gets that spot. I don't understand what James was talking about when he said, well, Coleman can go. You sound retarded. Coleman had 7 touchdowns in the regular season and 2 in the playoffs. That's 49 points. That's going to be hard to replace.
I know.
And he didn't fumble. He's a guy that doesn't put the ball on the ground.
Nah, he never fumbles. And also, James, you got to know, boy, Kyle loves him some Devin Coleman. He ain't going anywhere. So you got to count past Coleman.
Yeah, you can just cut that out. So that was the dumbest thing I've heard.
But Dre, we gonna go. Dre, I'll be back tomorrow night and see what's happening in Atlanterville.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man. Hey, we got hoodwinked by Emmanuel Sanders, bro. You talking about you already made your money, but you taking pictures next to Jets, and and Lambos and shit talking about where you gonna go now, bro.
I know that
shit, you
Instagram.
fell out of my face. Yeah, I'm not feeling that, bro.
I
And
know
man,
that
shout out to
was
the TNT family. Trey
that was a
Fred,
little.
Big Show, Jerry Fred,
That
Russo,
was a
Jay
little.
Russo, man.
Yeah.
My boy Russo, good to see you, bro. Player partner Will, a big bro, Nate Big Griff, man. Yeah, man. I'm not feeling that either. You heard my
I know
feelings with
it's
that
strange. I feel. No, I feel you.
All right, bro.
Yeah. Have a good night, Dre.
Yeah, that was my thing. All right, bro.
Yeah, I thought that photo was a little uncalled for too. I said, "What are you doing?" All right, hey, Rick.
Ronbo, what's good,
Rick.
sir?
Oh, Rick, man. I mean, you see, guys, some of these guys, these are the UDFAs we was all pulling for in 2017 when the regime just got started, right? You look at Matty B and Kendrick
Right.
Bourne, and Matty B came in with the man who was supposed to have the plan. Joe Williams was supposed to be all that in a bag of
Right.
chips. And all I talked about in camp was Matty B is the best looking running back out here. I said, what? I said, what? Oh, man. Get rid of Hyde. Let's have a 1-2 combination of Matty B and Joe Williams here. And then, of course, Hyde stayed with us and Matty B and Joe Williams went on the IR. And then Kendrick Bourne has been a story. I've been crazy about Kendrick for a long time. And people say, Ronbo, man, you're biased. You talk about us having a hate for Kendrick. You're overly loving him. Okay, I'm guilty as accused. But there they are. It's their time. The crossroads. We've reached them. Rick, what you gonna do with Matty B and Kendrick? And what are you expecting?
Matty B, at this point, I'm ready to trade him. No, it's not trade. I mean, cut him. Because I mean, the thing about it, like was it Dre? Somebody said the reason why he fell out of favor with Kyle because of his ball control, ball security issues. And the thing, think about it. Even when Devin Coleman was hurt, they pretty much would rather go with Jeff Wilson Jr. versus him because of the fact that Kyle likes ball security because, Kyle's somebody who's always thinking about the next play, so he needs to generate good plays and positive yards, even if he gets stopped. But he doesn't have time for somebody that turns the ball over, and it kind of messes up his thing. So,
Having scared
looking in the
every
draft,
time they get the ball.
There's so many guys, there's so many running backs you can get later in rounds, whatever. Obviously, right now we have Mustard, he's going to be pretty much our bell cow. We can either keep Jeffrey Wilson Jr. or draft somebody else. But I would let him go. I mean, I hear you on the Jerick McKinnon just because of the fact that we invested so much money in him. So we may just keep him along for training camp just to see what he has. But as far as it's time to get faster, it's time to get quicker because we really don't know what we really have in Jeffrey Wilson Jr. because of the fact that he's been used so sporadically. So everything was pretty much TC, Breida, and Mostert. But at this point, I'm kind of ready to move on from TC as well. Let Mostert be the main guy, maybe Jeffrey Wilson, and maybe that be like the thunder and lightning type of situation. Or if they want to bring somebody off the range, go and get what's that joker from Atlanta they about to cut? He used to be with Devin Coleman. Devontae Freeman, whatever.
Devontae Freeman.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's just at this point because we know we need somebody who's going to, number one, first of all, be able to pick up a blitz. That's number one. You have to be able to pick up the blitz because it doesn't matter. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to show like I'm about to help somebody chip block or whatever, and then you're ready to leak out, but then you get our quarterback killed. Sometimes on a third down, if we're about to pass the ball, you're going to have to, number one, identify who's the correct blitzer, and number two, be able to pick up the blitz so Jimmy G can scan the field. But don't just be somebody who's cute or where they're good with a screen pass because we really haven't really utilized the screen pass. So we need somebody who can pick up the blitz, somebody who can identify blitzers and stuff like that, but somebody that actually can catch the ball so we can actually start utilizing our screen game, which we have not really used yet. We really haven't used it. Everything pretty much been end arounds, misdirection plays like that, off tackle, stuff like that, zone read, things like that.
And George Kittle cannot work the whole field at the same time. So yeah, you do have to get a running back that has that talent. True.
We need somebody else like that. And I've started to do a little research. So another guy for receiver, Antonio Golden. He's another guy to look out for. Another guy, Isaiah Coulter. Just another guy. Obviously, we already know about Denzel Mims. Chase Claypool, he's cool.
Boy, get me started about
But we need
Denzel,
to
boy.
start. We want to make sure that we have, like you said before, at this point, as much as I like, and I know I've been like flip-flopping with my position on Marquise Goodwin. I want him to show he can do something. But if the 49ers said they're open now to fielding trade partners, whatever, obviously at this point, one thing you do know about Kyle Shanahan, he will stump for somebody. Because like you said before, he stumped for Joe Williams. He was on the table and everything. He said he couldn't even rest if he didn't at least try to get the guy. But if you fall out of favor with him, he will let you go. He will let you go. So
and make it
for
clear,
some reason,
too.
Oh yeah. So for some reason now, Breida pretty much is out of favor with him. Marquise Goodwin's out of favor with him, and so we need to bring other people in now to support him. Like people said before, as much as we all kind of get attached to different players, whatever the case may be, it's Niners first. It's
True.
Niners first. So whatever can make the Niners, because I'm so ready for a revenge tour. I'm in Texas, and I promise you, I'm talking to Cowboy fans because we play them this year here. So I'm letting them know. I was like, look, the Niner Empire will be in Texas in the Cowboy Stadium, deep representing. We're gonna kick the crap out of you. I'm talking trash. I'm ready for everybody. I want all the smoke with everybody. Bring on the Chiefs, bring on the Ravens, bring on the Pats, bring on Seattle, bring on whoever they say they want it, they can get it.
We don't need to. We're the predators now. We are not the
Absolutely.
prey. See, that's why I love
Absolutely.
this part. Boy, let's go. Rick, we
The
got to
thing
roll.
about it is, before I get off, the thing before I go, just know, like I said before, as good as we were this previous year, I imagine everybody being seasoned more next year. Jimmy G is going to be even better than he was before. The receivers, Kendrick Bourne as well as Kittle and even Deebo Samuel, they're going to be even better. So I'm looking for a revenge tour. Like I keep saying, Jimmy G, MVP of the regular season and the Super Bowl when we win Super Bowl 55, Niner Faithful, Niner Empire. Peace. Talk to you tomorrow, man.
All right, Rick. Looking forward. Have a good night, fam.
All right. Do the same.
Yeah, maturity is a very special thing, especially when you're in Kyle's system. Boy, people are going to see such a difference that you're not going to believe it. Hey, it's Dollar Bill Will.
Ronbo, what's up, man?
Oh, Will, man. We're just looking at what's about to happen. It's that time. 3 years with your undrafted free agents. You got to do something with it, make a decision. Matty B, it looks like Kyle started cutting him about after week 10. And Kendrick looks like ain't no way in the world he's leaving. So I'm feeling pretty good about Kendrick. I'm a little worried about Matty B. I like Matty B. We got too many running backs, though. Unless Kyle brings him in and let him compete. And then but what do you think is going to happen here? How do you feel about what's about to take place? And where are you putting your money if you had to bet on who stays and who goes?
Well, I tell you what, first off, I want to get this clarified. When you had went live with Tony when he was doing his
free agency
off-season move,
yeah.
I saw people talking about D Ford in the chat. Man, y'all need to leave D Ford alone, man. This dude only had a hamstring injury. We already knew about it tendonitis. He had it when he was in KC, and he was able to produce. And now he's on our team, and he had a hamstring injury, and y'all trying to talk down on this man. You got other players on other teams got hamstring injuries. You don't hear nobody talking about getting them off the team on that crap. So, man, the dude just had a hamstring injury. He's going to be fine, man. Next season coming up, he's going to be full and healthy, ready to go. If y'all didn't notice, I know it was hard to notice, but whenever D Ford was in the game, man, that D line was eating because D Ford creates one-on-one matchups, and that also helps Bosa and Buckner and Armstead get their sacks. So because D Ford is a threat on that D line, he has that much respect on that D line. So man, D Ford ain't going nowhere, man. I understand about his contract and whatnot. Yeah, I think he needs to restructure it, but the dude is a beast, man. And it's coming up next season. He going, just watch. Just watch. And Bourne, man, I'm gonna tell you something. We gonna need Bourne. We gonna need Bourne, and they gotta find a way to keep Emmanuel Sanders. Cause you gotta think about it. You got Emmanuel Sanders, Bourne, and Debo. The jury's still out on Hurd. I believe Hurd is gonna be a threat this upcoming season. I believe his back is all the way healed and everything. But I tell you what, We don't need Bourne because you got Sanders, Debo, and Bourne, and then the jury's still out on Hurd. The jury's still out on Trent Taylor. Dante Pettis, he weak. I'm just saying he weak, and I don't know why Kyle trying to keep him around, but he's weak, and he's not going to do anything.
Second round pick, Will. Second round pick. You traded up. He gave up assets. Is there, it's like you take a girl out on an expensive date back in the day when you was a child, spend a whole lot of money, get to the front door, and she, Unite, no, I'm coming in here. What, so
he's not doing anything. He's not doing anything. Man. So he's weak to me. I don't think he's going to produce. I really don't.
I know.
Richard James
needs more. He needs more snaps. Agreed.
Yeah, he needs more snaps. The only problem with me with Richard James is he don't take a lot of risks on kick returns. I think he should take take more initiative on kick returns instead of just having touchbacks all the time.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to sometimes take it out the end zone and see if he can do something with it. Mm-hmm. That's the only problem with me with Richard James. But other than being a receiver, he needs more snaps. And then you go to the running backs, man. Hey, Coleman ain't going nowhere. This man got 1 year left on his contract because he signed a 2-year, $10 million deal. So he got and Kyle loves him. And I think Coleman had a little stumble during the season because he wasn't getting the much yards he was supposed to get. But whenever his number was called, he was showing out. He showed down the Vikings game.
I know. Coleman was really strange. He would be hot and cold, but you remember we'll get too much cold, and he'd have his game here and there. But he was pretty solid for the most part. And Shanahan's well trained by Shanahan.
Yeah, he runs with power. He'll give you those positive yards, and Raheem ain't going anywhere because that man was the man this past season. And then Jeffrey Wilson Jr. He's a hard runner as well. If you on that goal line and you need Jeffrey Wilson, oh trust me, you call his number, he gonna give it to you. He's gonna put it in the end zone. He gonna drive through you or stiff arm you anything he can. Best believe in that red zone, he gonna get in that end zone without a doubt.
That's right. I want Dante to hang out with him. Hang out with him. Richie James. Who else is hang out with George Kittle every now and then? Come on, Dante. Yeah. Toughen up.
Yeah, so Breida, I can understand letting go of Breida. Breida was something special we had, but this latter part of this past season, man, he fumbling the ball and all that stuff, man. And once he did that, Kyle didn't use him for the rest of the season, including playoffs and Super Bowl.
It really pisses Kyle off.
Hey, it's a business, man. If you don't produce, you don't play. And then Goodwin, I know Goodwin gone. Goodwin always
he knows
he's never there to help out.
He's looking for a house out in Atlanta.
Right. And then on top of that, not only the only thing he got his speed, man. Because there were passes where balls hit Goodwin and Goodwin just dropped them. I'm talking about like the trick play we ran against the Rams in L.A. Man, it's like a wide open trick play,
I thought I was going to pass out. Hit him in the chest. Oh,
like that, man.
Keys,
you don't do stuff like that, man. You're not on the field, man. You can kick rocks too. Hey, man, I am not going to knock a man when he got family issues. I'm not. That's not the godly thing. But
that's true. But when you're on the field,
when you don't show up, man, when you don't show up and produce and catch the football, you got to get out of here. You got to get out of here, man.
We got to pull up. But you know what's really funny? When you think about some of the fantastic drops that took place this year with Jimmy G, you know how far over 4,000 yards he actually was, and people still trying to talk bad about him. Jimmy G lost at least 200 yards, and he didn't need how many? 15, 20, something like that?
Ronbo, just what kind of quarterback when 5 games come into a team and then gets hurt the following season, they come back the season after that and take you to the Super Bowl?
It never happens.
Come on, man.
It never happens. That's all right, man. I defend him all day. I be arguing. I be taking up all my time arguing with people on. So I'm going to stop it, though. I'm going to have my day. Next season, I can't wait. Well, we got to go. I'll look for you tomorrow.
All right, man. Tampa Bay, Florida, man. Super Bowl 55, 49 versus to be announced. All right, Ronbo.
All right, man. I will. See, Will's gotten bored with the Rams. They're not even fun to laugh at anymore. Hey, Here he is. Rod, are you ready?
Give it to me, bro.
Rod, come on in, man. Because, you know.
Well, I'm talking about that's that revenge tour. Call out, baby.
It's good.
I love
it's
it.
Primeval. Well, as you know, Rod, our guys, we're talking about Kendrick and Maddie. We've been with them, watched them grow, and where they went through the pain and struggles all the way to the glory with us. And now business is about to do something. Rod, what are you predicting seeing, and how's it going to make your world from here on?
Well, let's start with Kendrick Bourne. That's a strategy move, man. I love that tender second round pick. Yeah, you want him? Give us that second round pick. It's the only way you're gonna get him.
Damn good pick.
Otherwise, I got confidence in my number one, Devo Samuel. I got confidence in my guy coming in, Dante Pettis, despite what others may think. I think he's gonna get it right this year. Jalen Hurd.
Wasn't that you last week that put in a good bid for Dante? That was you, huh?
Yeah, I mean, my argument was Al Shanahan made this guy number 2 pick. I mean, a second round
Traded
pick.
up to get him.
Yeah, he's not finna just give up on that. I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen. Al Shanahan believes in guys that he goes after, and
because he saw something in him.
The track record.
You got a man sitting $60 million sitting down and Jerick McKinnon waiting for him to get ready. So you're right.
Yeah. And as far as, Marquise and as far as Matty B, it's finito. I got to go, man. Ain't be fumbling the ball, Matt Breida. It's been some good memories, dog. My favorite Matt Breida moment was against the Cleveland Browns. First play. Boom. Gone. He's a cheater. But you got to hold on to that ball, cheater. You got to hold on to that ball, cheater.
Dang, cheater.
Yeah. But Jeffrey Wilson, it's like you said, he's a stud. He's going to be there. Raheem Mostert, he's going to be there. Guys, you don't like it, but get over it. Devin Coleman's going to be there. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, he's...
I'm going to bring up another interesting point that you used to bring up a lot, Ronbo, but, you and I both know that Tevin Coleman's real trait he never really used this year, and that's the screens out the backfield.
I know, Kyle. What?
I never got it either. He used him as a power guy, but hey, Kyle knows what he's doing. I'm not gonna question it. But
because apparently in practice, and Rod, some of the things we just mentioned a little while ago, with people not playing their role and missing assignments. This is why we saw Jimmy G standing in the center so often. It was a mistake. They should have been playing more screens, more some of the stuff that you used to see in Kyle's offense when he was in Atlanta. So I guess some of that stuff we'll be seeing that more this year as the 49ers become more acclimated, more well-versed in Kyle's Shannon. Because there were some things I just keep scratching my head about now. God, Kyle.
Right. Well, man, people got to also keep in mind, Kyle got a large playbook, man.
I know.
He got some plays. So I got confidence in the guys, man. Once again, as far as the receivers like Trent Taylor, Richie James, those are guys that we all know that had potential and, viewed as a possibility of being one of the guys going forward. But I just don't think those guys are going to be around anymore. I really don't. Trent Taylor, it would be nice if your foot healed, but this is a what have you done for me lately league. And the bottom line is, Kyle Shanahan and them going on their 4th year now?
Yeah, coming up.
So these guys understand that it was a 6-year contract. Yeah, they probably earned an extension already, but
no doubt.
We got to play it by ear, man. Potential don't win championships. Players that make plays do.
James, I'm sorry, Rod. How many who's left the team that the 49ers got rid of that you could say was a mistake? They brought in some players who were mistakes. Reuben Foster, Solomon Thomas. The jury's still out on Dante, because, he may be, just like you say, Akello Witherspoon. I got, some of these guys, I guess, they may need a little more time. They could explode. I'm trying to think of somebody who left and did well.
The only person I can think of is that guy that we had. He was a receiver as well, and he played with Kyle in Washington as well. He even played in Atlanta too.
Yeah, where? I know what you're talking about. Where is he? Is he still playing?
I don't know. The last I checked, you know what? I don't know. I keep saying anybody picking him up after he left.
I only made that point to get to the point of saying they rarely really throw away the wrong garbage. Now, Carlos Hyde, Dre just pointed out, has had 2,000-yard back-to-back seasons. I didn't even know about that.
How many teams has he played on, though? He's been in Cleveland. He's been in Kansas City. He's been in Houston. He didn't really do much in Houston this year. So, I don't
know. Carlos had 1,000 yards? Dre, I'll go look it up. I am shocked. Anyway, Rod, we got to go, fam. Well, you want to make a final point because I cut you off anyway.
Nah, man, you're good, brothers. I guess the last point that I will make is, once again, look for the 49ers to grab another tight end. I know you guys are big on Dweller. I like him too, but we need somebody that's
Hey, Rod, I'm sorry. I'll owe you more. I'll try not to talk so much next time. All right. Jack, come on in, Jack.
I'm officially endorsing Brian Edwards from South Carolina. Note that shit down right now.
All right.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. As a matter of fact, I was reading the chat. No, who are you talking about?
The guy that gave you LaVisca Chenault, ladies and gentlemen. The guy that gave you my boy Brandon Ayuk, and also is bringing Mims to the table. Denzel Mims is a bad motherfucker.
No, yeah, I agree on that one.
I'm telling you guys right now, the man for also what I told you was better than a Debo Samuel, another Debo Samuel. Get Chenault in the building. How you feeling? Now, talk to me about getting another guy from the same fucking college, university, South Carolina. You don't know who Brian Edwards is, Ronbo? Does anybody know?
No,
anybody said
you know
that?
what?
Yeah.
No, you can't count on me though, because I haven't been looking at college players that closely yet. Everybody else may know him.
Has anybody said Brian Edwards?
Okay, Russo and Big Show. Anybody? Some of the guys that really cover college football. Who is this guy that Jack is so high on?
I'm telling you, you got a guy that's 6'3", 215 pounds. He's a bully. He got speed. He got Odell Beckham catch ability. Yes, I said it, ladies and gentlemen. OBJ catch ability. Look this man up. If you want to trade back or stay pretty, he was hurt the last two games of the season.
That's not good.
Jack has found his Derwin James and Jamal Adams of this year. Brian Edwards from South Carolina. Look that shit up. That's all I got for this segment. I'm out of here. Adios.
He came, he seen, he conquered. Nice, Jack. Jack he doesn't talk to us, he talks at us. You notice that? I love that. Hey, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil, we're until Jack came in. We were talking about our free our RAFs. Wait a minute, RFAs. RFAs. Yeah. Jack, Phil, what are you thinking here? Because I would bet the farm that Kendrick Bourne will be with us for a while. Matty Bear,
I wouldn't take that bet with you because I believe the same thing. Kendrick ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
But I think Matty B, you might want to just let him ride and see if somebody offers him something, and if nobody offers him something, then come in and swoop him for a low price.
Phil, you'd still have 5. You'd have one too many run backs. Well, at least bring him in to compete.
You can always cut people after preseason, right? So I mean,
because we're talking about free agency period right now.
More.
That's right.
You never know who's going to get hurt during preseason.
Oh, I know. If I could keep all 5, I would. Just one on retainer. Because these guys go through running backs like crazy.
I still can't believe that we're not going to cut Jerick McKinnon, though. There's just too much cap room to be saved. And his contract, if you look at it would be $4.5 million cap savings this year. Yeah. But also save $9 million next year. So, I mean,
it's like cut your losses, right? I still think it's something.
Exactly.
Jed's probably saying there must be something you guys can do. I paid him $16 million. Well, Jed.
I wouldn't pay him what he's on the ticket for.
They just want to see, I think, what he's got. And they might still cut him, though. You're right, Phil. They could cut him before camps or during camp. Because they can say, okay, well, he hasn't got it. We're not going to pay another dime. Let's just move on. And then Jed will understand. But Jed's going to want to see his money. That's a lot of money. That's $16 million. Woo, that's a lot. And I didn't get one play in regular season from you. I got to see something.
Well, that happens. That happens in football, though.
Probably.
But I think that Kendrick ain't going nowhere. The question is, do you give him a second round tender for $3 million a year, or do you take a chance and give him the $2 million tender? And
you know what, Phil? Why not just give him a multi-year contract and be done with that? Unless you really don't.
Well,
care.
If you could sign him for a contract that's Niner favorable, that goes out a few years.
Yeah, that's all.
I would do that.
He likes playing with the 49ers.
Because I think there's a lot of upside for Kendrick still. Yeah. And So, the other thing is, Dante Pettis ain't going nowhere because of his contract. If you cut him, you don't gain anything, right? He's all guaranteed. So,
Phil, as soon as you said that, I could just see Dante turning around the crowd, putting his thumbs in his ear. Na 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 na. I'm getting paid.
Yeah. Well, I think what's going to happen, he's going to be that sixth wide receiver that never suits up. So. That's probably where he's going to land.
He's got to be more aggressive,
he doesn't
Phil.
Get his act together.
Come on, Dante.
So, I just, and the other thing is we could draft a running back, in the fifth,
we got
sixth,
two
round.
6th-round picks, 2 7th-round picks.
Yeah.
And no matter Bobby Turner and Kyle are going to make him into a star. That's just all you need. If you can hold on to the ball, they'll teach you how to do.
They were interviewing running backs at the combine. That's because maybe there's somebody that slips down that far, and they might swoop them up and just say, forget it, Matty. We got a younger kid. That's what happens in football.
I'd rather get an offensive lineman in those late rounds, Phil. You know what? Remember Trent Baalke every year got a running back just to be getting a running back? We don't need a running back. If I need a running back, I'll get Matty B later. Well, he might get picked up by another team, but I got 4 guys, and I know where to get other running backs. Don't waste that pick. Get something you could.
Yeah, I would rather go offensive lineman myself, but that's where I would go.
So,
but I still want to sign Armstead. I just don't want to see that guy going to the Seahawks.
Oh yeah, he'll go there in a heartbeat. Oh, heck yeah. And the Hawks got a couple extra bucks to spend this year.
Exactly. So I would rather just, sign him. But, and the other thing I had a problem with Tony is on his thing this earlier is he wanted to go into the season with no cap room. What happens if you take a run on one particular position and injuries and you have to sign somebody on an emergency basis? You got to have some cap space. So
you got to be careful with that, for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
But I think Emmanuel's done. He's not going to be back. And I really think even if we trade down, we're going to pick up a wide receiver.
There you go.
Because there's just too many of them in the draft that are good.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and close it up. I'll be
All
back
right,
tomorrow
Ronbo.
night for Raw. All right.
Okay.
All right, Phil.
We'll see.
All right.
All right. Later.
Night, Phil. Oh, yeah, the 18th can't get in. We got a long time. We got 10 days to hear about each. Now they're giving pros and cons as to why Tom Brady should be in San Francisco. Guy's got a list of pros, and he says cons. He just wrote the word none. What? Hey, IB, come on in, man.
Ronbo. What's good, fam?
Oh, man, I was just looking at my boy Matty B. What you go attach? I still go attach to players, even though I know it's not a good thing to do. But I can't appreciate the game unless I got guys I feel passionate about when they're out there playing. I love me some Matty B, and I love me some Kendrick Bourne. I realize coaches have to make decisions that are going to benefit the team. And I know Matty B's. I know he's gone. IB. Kendrick, I feel pretty secure about him. But what are you thinking?
I mean, honestly, I don't know what all the questions is about as far as what everybody's speculating, man. I mean, KB is KB. He is who he is for the team. You know what I'm saying? I don't see. I mean, are we questioning? Is he going to take a bigger contract from somebody? I don't see that. He played an important role from us.
Right.
He played within our system. I mean, KB, you look at his stats. Somebody was talking about his stats earlier. That means he played within the system. He did exactly what they asked him to do. There's no way that you don't get those stats by coincidence. That's programmed. That's something that man goes out there and does for the team. Now, as far as Matty B, that's another thing. I don't understand what we're asking. We're talking about how can we question bring back Matty B when already, regardless how you look at McKinnon's contract, he's guaranteed $4.something million this year, regardless.
No matter you throw him out, you gave him $20 million and didn't get nothing. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen.
So they're gonna bring him back if he's healthy. If he's healthy, they gotta bring him back to see what he's about. And of course, there's probably some.
They're gonna bring you back even if he ain't healthy. You know what? Jed's sitting up there. Look, guys, if you're entertaining getting rid of Jerick McKinnon, I'm sorry, it's not happening. Why? $20 million, he's going to play. I don't care if he's 35 years old.
Yeah, they're going to bring him back. They're going to see what he's worth. You know what I'm saying? And then my thing is, so what we're saying is people are saying they're going to cut Breida, somebody who's been proven over the last 3 years to at least do something on the field. You know what I'm saying? Where McKinnon got hurt 2 years in a row. Mm-hmm. These are not logical questions that they asking. We should know that they're gonna bring back Breida somehow because he fumbled a couple times, but so did Mostert. So did Jeff Wilson Jr. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The only one that didn't was T. Cole, and T. Cole did what Kyle needed for him to do. So that they talking about cut him for what? What did he do wrong?
Nothing.
He could have been more productive, but Kyle didn't ask him to.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think people. But you know what? Running backs like Kyle's singing, whoever's got the hot hand. So when TC wasn't performing, he went ahead and rolled with Mostert, and Mostert was rolling. That's just the way it goes. And then TC's rolling next game.
He did the same thing with receivers. First year it was Trent Taylor. And then second year it was Kittle. Then third year it was Debo. You know what I'm saying? So he's still introducing his system to the team.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I think
I
think we're a little anxious.
We're anxious because that's what I was worried
about. We want
this
him
year.
to pass more.
Yeah. Kyle Shannon's system is not one that you can just learn overnight and become efficient. It takes a minute. So I said, you give these guys 1 year.
He done switched it up 3 years in a row. Yeah. He switched it up 3 years in a row on us. We don't know what he's going to do. This running game, we knew he could run when we had Hyde because we knew Hyde was proven.
But this year, what he did with Debo and everything else, I mean, he started off running like with Kittle out the slot.
It probably takes too long to build his machine, but when Kyle gets that machine fully assembled, good God. That's why I'm saying watch out this year as they've got a nucleus that's been together. They keep that core of offensive players together. That's what it takes. Repetition, repetition. After they get it down, they become one with Shanahan's mind. Exactly.
We're not patient enough. We it's too much anticipation. And everybody want to know and speculate and this, that, and the third.
Get ready, Jimmy G. Get ready, him. Get ready, him. No, you start over when you do that. So we don't need to start over.
I was listening to Tony earlier, and he's getting rid of way too many valuable pieces. He's getting rid of everybody, and the only person he's bringing back is Sanders. The most difficult piece of this whole puzzle. So I don't understand his theory neither. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, I just and I think Emmanuel Sanders. Honestly, IG, between you and me, I got a feeling he's not coming back. He's when he was sitting out there on the Bentley, was that a Bentley? In a jet plane in the background. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah.
That pretty much says it all about E-Man. E-Man's got to get paid. Oh, he's gone.
It's business. It's a business right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like we've been saying. It's about, do he want to take a cut? And it's different when you taking a cut, right, from a job because you're comfortable with the situation. But then when you taking a cut from a job and everybody know your business, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a whole bunch of things playing into it. You know what I'm saying? So basically what he's saying is, do he want to, like you said a couple episodes, do he want to retire as a 49er? You know what I'm saying?
That's it, IB.
And that's what it comes down to.
That's true.
You already know.
All right, fam. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Hey, I appreciate you, Ronbo. You already know. You have a good night.
Thanks, IB. Looking forward to tomorrow.
All
right.
All right.
And there he is. It's the big show. What? It says that Debo was used more in the slot at South Carolina and in jet sweep packages. Edwards is more an X receiver and outside pass catcher. Is that the guy that Jack was just talking about? Because unfortunately, big show, Jack has been accurate almost every year. I kind of, you know what? It's kind of bad because you know how Jack is. Jack comes in. I'm right again. You know. Hey, Clarence. God, don't let Jack be right this year. Clarence.
Hey, Ronbo. How you doing, sir?
Clarence, we're just sitting back here looking at our restricted free agents and wondering about their return and the impact it's going to have on their team. Should we have to separate from either one of them moving forward? Clarence, what are your feelings on Matty B and Kendrick Bourne?
Kendrick's got to stay. That's Kyle's baby. He's the one that he drafted him. He's undrafted, correct? Kendrick,
yeah.
He was undrafted.
Yeah, he's undrafted free agent.
So,
yeah. Which is amazing.
Yeah,
he went to school with Cooper Kupp. Kupp got drafted. Kendrick got left. Yeah.
Right. See? But no, so I think Kendrick stays. I don't know what's up with Matty B. Is it the fumble? Is it some attitude? What? I don't know.
He's a warm, quiet kid.
Why is he in the doghouse?
I wish Kyle would enlighten. Kyle's probably saying it's none of your business. I'm his coach. He's my, I don't have to tell anyone. Kyle, we just want to know. Is it the fumbles? What is it? I just want to be clear. I just want closure on it before he says goodbye if he does.
Right. Well, because you figure, when that Cleveland game, first play of the game, gone. He had the fastest miles per hour in the entire season.
Yeah, on that run, especially.
On that run to the house. So again, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I think Matty's the odd man out, unfortunately.
Yeah, when you look at what he's up against.
Between Kendrick and him, yeah, I think it's going to be Matty B.
Yeah, and the writing was kind of clear on the wall. Kyle started that process. God, what week? It was early. It's like
10.
Yeah, about week 10.
Was it 10?
At least, at maybe 9. Did we see him in the Hawks game? The first one?
Oh God.
Anyway,
Maybe?
And Clarence, there may be something about picking up blitzes and things like that. Running back on Kyle's team needs to have versatility on doing a lot of things besides running the ball. Everybody needs to be George Kittle to some degree on the offensive system. So everybody participates in every play.
You got to be able to diagnose blitz packages and things like that. Where's Frankie G when you need him?
I know.
That's
it's
the
like,
master. That's the master pass. That's the master pass protector right there.
Oh God! And how about Frankie Gore? Frank Gore was as good a protector as you're gonna get. Boy.
Frankie G. Yep, exactly.
Ooh, don't touch my quarterback, man.
Right. So real quick before we go, because we gotta keep going here.
Right.
You watched the combine, didn't you?
Sure, most of it. I missed some, but not most of it. I caught it. Yeah.
Right. 364 pounds, 5.11 40. I want that guy on my offensive line.
My favorite guy, I'm telling you. But you know what? Some people pointed out, straight line speed is one thing. I thought that was a testament to his athleticism. But others are pointing out, now with offensive linemen, they got to run drills. They got to see how quick they get in and out of things. Go ahead.
But his 10 split was 1.8.
What?
It's not. It wasn't slow. His 10 split was 1.8.
Really?
And that's what they measure for the offensive lineman is that 10 split.
Okay, you know what?
And that's pretty fast.
I never looked at his other stats. All I was blown away by was his size and how fast he was moving that size down the track. I just saw a defender coming along and there's a lot of business decisions going to be made of a guy that weighs 360, 70 pounds coming down the field at that speed. Now, you can go ahead and get in the way. Man, bones will be broken.
And he can move in that zone blocking offense. It's a road grader. It's a road grader and an excellent pass blocker, apparently.
Ooh.
So, but I don't know if he's gonna. I think he's in the top 20 already. I think
easily.
So I don't know if he's gonna come to us.
Easily. We don't have a prayer. He doesn't stop anywhere near 31.
You notice a lot of the offensive linemen at the combine, they all could move pretty fast for their size.
That's the new prototype. Clarence, nowadays, the way the defenders move, if a kid is smart, and I said this last year, if you're 10, 11, 12, 13 years old and you're kind of a big kid, lift, and drink lots of protein, lots of sleep, grow. Time and times go to college, you're going to get drafted. You're going to be one of the most valuable things to the NFL in a few years because defenders are becoming freaks. The more freaks you got on an offensive line, you got to get paid. Quentin, what's his name in Indianapolis?
Quentin Nelson.
Oh, the Quentin Nelsons of the world are going to get paid because that's the only way you're going to stop some of these defenders. Jadeveon Clowney knows about him. Clowney he just owned Clowney's butt last year. Owned him. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what it takes.
I think we need to draft, get that offensive line shored up because Staley ain't getting any younger.
No.
Richburg he's great, but he's injured too much. So we got to find one of those. There was that one center in the combine. He was pretty good. And Cushenberry, I think, guy from OSU.
Yeah,
he was pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't see those offensive linemen too much, so I'll take your word for it. But Clarence, we're going to have to go. Clarence, wait, if you get a chance, get in here tomorrow, will you?
I will try. Try, sir. You have
I'll
a
be
good
looking
night.
forward.
Take care. God bless you.
Thanks, Clarence. You
All
too. Bye-bye. Okay, Ronnie Roberts says Clowney was hurt. Ronnie Roberts, I'm not talking about this season. I'm talking about last year when Nelson was just I mean, just beating him up, just physically, just manhandling, pick him up, shake him, and throw him in the dirt. You know, he wasn't hurt that year. He just got beat. Now, he was hurt last year. I agree. Hey, Ellis.
Ronbo, can you come back to me, champ?
Can do. All right.
Appreciate it.
All right, fam. Hey, Charles, come on in, man.
How you doing, Ronbo?
Charles doing great. You know, it's as we move. I just can't wait to get to the 18th so I can stop opening up my dailies and taking a look and seeing more Tom Brady's on his way to San Francisco. I want to go. I got some people I'm going to tweet later because I can't let it go. You know, it's petty, it's childish. You know, I need to develop an ability to tolerate. But I got some things I want to say to some people. I'm not talking about other fans. I'm talking about some of these reporters. But anyway, go ahead. Oh, tonight we're talking about Kendrick Bourne and Matty B. And what's our world going to be like post Matty B or Kendrick Bourne? I think Kendrick Bourne has pretty much got it made, but I think Matty B might be in trouble. But what are you thinking?
Well, yeah, I think Matty B. It's not. It seems like Kyle Shanahan didn't trust him at the end of the season when he had his fumbling issue, and I don't think anything's changed now. If it hasn't changed, if we're not hearing anything from them, but with KB, I think it's just a matter of time until things get settled with him. But Matt Breida, I would be surprised if he would be in the Niner uniform at the start of the season. To be honest.
Yeah. I'm going to miss him, though, Charles. You know, he's been through thick and thin with us, and he carried us when we didn't have anybody else. They were dragging him off the field, looked like he was half dead. 5 minutes later, he's back on the field carrying the ball. Doing a good job, too.
That man did not complain when he was put on special teams. He's a great team player, but unfortunately, if your own head coach doesn't want you here, then basically kudos.
Yeah, I know. They got to. This is a game where only the strongest are going to survive. But then when you say that, there's a lot of guys. Dante, but go ahead.
Well, it's just that the difference is Dante's on what's it called? A rookie contract, and we're probably gonna make $3 million next year. And Matt Breida is probably gonna get set up to get paid almost double that.
I know. You know what?
And we need
I normally don't get on our
well.
guys, but Dante bothers me because he's got so much talent and he's not utilizing it. You know,
it's just all mental for him.
I know.
That's the only thing that's keeping him back. And Ronbo, I don't mean to get off. I want to get a little off topic here because I was hearing all week about the Tom Brady speculation, even in the chat, which is just getting me. And I want to read some numbers out for you, okay?
All right.
So after Tom Brady's, when he had his ACL, came back, this was his numbers, okay? He had almost 600 attempts, 28 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, and 4,300 yards, and won 10 games. Does that sound pretty similar to you?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I knew about that, but where are you going with this?
So let me tell you, Jimmy G had 476 attempts, almost 100 less. No, about 100 less. And he did not have Randy Moss or a Gronkowski at the time. So if we just give Jimmy time, he's gonna excel. He's gonna be great. That's just my point right there. I just want to get that. I just want to get that my system and holding it in since I saw you.
You get nothing but support from me on that. I've already seen what Jimmy G looks like when he first arrived. I also watched and observed and realized what was going on after that. You know, like I said, G has got everything you want in a quarterback. And in the second year, he came out. It was in a learning thing, and he looked a little. It watered him down. He had to sit and focus on trying to understand that offense, which is not easy. Then he gets hurt in Game 3 when he was starting to actually pick up the speed on the system, right, along with everybody else on the offensive system. See, people are somehow don't understand. It's not about just a quarterback. The receivers got to be right. The offensive line everybody has to understand what Kyle's selling, and they all got to be on the same page. You can't just laser in a spotlight on the quarterback. He's part of a system that's not easy for anybody out there. Now, it will be this year because they've had enough time to understand it. Now they'll move faster. So Charles will show up. It'll be seen.
And like you said, it's the media that's just wanting for this swap to happen. They think it's Hollywood where Tom Brady is going to go back to the place he rooted for, go win the Super Bowl, and just basically sweep under the rug, which is what Jimmy G just did last year. Took his team to the Super Bowl, had a great year.
Tom Brady has been playing in the weakest conference in the league for how many years? Okay, there is one thing that really annoys me, and I love Tom because he's a Bay Area kid, and he's done a great job. And when he does have to perform against teams, he does well. You know, he wins these Super Bowls. He won them, but not completely. There's been some times he was not Joe Montana-esque. His field goal kicker, his defense. There were other factors. Tom may not be 6 wins without some very things that needed to happen. Joe Montana carried teams in the Super Bowl. I am sick and tired of arguing people about that, and I don't anymore because I want to punch them in the face. So, you know, Tom comes back to San Francisco, and it doesn't mean he's going to come in and dominate the NFC West. It's 2 different. Okay, you know what? I
know. And Ronbo, he's 43 years old.
Yes,
he's not the same person. This is not the same Tom Brady of 10 years ago.
No.
This is a weaker Tom Brady who might have 2 years left. Guys, you want to be the Broncos. When they signed Peyton Manning, it was great for for a few years.
Yeah.
But the minute he left, they're still struggling. They're still struggling right now.
There you go. Charles, we're going to go. Let me see you tomorrow, and let's talk some more football, okay? Good stuff as usual.
All right, Ronbo.
All right, man.
All right, Ronbo. I appreciate the platform as always, and have a good night.
Good night, Charles. Oh, God. And Taryn Lewis says, you know what I said? What are your thoughts on Brandon Ayuk? That name, I remembered. I know who this is. I thought good things about him. Taryn, yes, I got to go back and look. I got to look at these college players. I haven't been paying a lot of attention, but I remember that name. Badmouth Queen says, what about that injured bus Davis Street? Yeah, you know something funny, PQ? I've not seen enough of him to get on him like I might do. You know what's really funny? Because I just recently started getting on people, or players. Dante's gotten on my last nerve. Contavious is getting close. I need to see him one more time because I thought he'd be a lot better. But he can't beat people one-on-one, I notice. Julian Taylor, who I didn't expect a lot from, is a bad man. Contavious got drafted. Julian didn't. Hey, Julian got late round pick. That's right. Hey, Maurice.
Hello, Ronbo.
Maurice, come on in, man. Hey.
Come here, Ronbo.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, you not. Don't be on the speakerphone though, because we'll hear you in the distance.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, still. But if you're on the speakerphone, you still sound a little distant. But anyway, Maurice, if it gets too bad, I'll get back to you. I'll tell you. But Maurice, tonight it's about the free agents, the restricted ones. Kendrick Bourne and Matty B. I'm very sentimental about these guys. I know the Kendrick Bourne is coming back. I feel pretty confident about that. Matty B, I'm a little worried about. But what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think we need to keep Bourne because he stepped up too big and he started showing his maturity late in the season. You know what I'm saying? That we can count on. You can't, just get rid of that just because, you're going to need that for the championship run, for the rebound. Somebody know the offense, they know what he want to do in the offense and stuff like that.
See, because
You don't need that.
And with a running back, I think the 49ers don't worry about a running back. Bobby Turner and Kyle Shanahan are going to tell you what to do, and you take it from there. But Kendrick, your wide receivers, they do need to have a special talent.
Right. They need the chemistry got to be together. The timing, the
routes.
All they got to be together. All that, you know what I'm saying? When they were missing passes, it could have been just the timing was off when Jimmy G was throwing to a spot and they wasn't there, or they got there too early or something.
You get it.
All that can play.
You get it, fam. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about Kyle Shanahan. You're throwing guys open. Timing routes have to be done right. It takes a while for that to develop, but that is the most unstoppable thing you can do. Trent Taylor was good at that. It was once upon a time Marquise was good at that. The more speed you have, even if you're not that good of a route runner, you can still get it done. Kendrick Bourne gets it done because he's one of the fastest dudes in the league getting in and out of routes. That's why it's not hard. When you see him making them catches, he messes up bad when he doesn't know what he's routing. He's running around the wrong route every now and then. But he doesn't do that anymore.
You're going to look noticeable when you do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You're going to look real noticeable like, oh, I ain't know I was supposed to be here. Players bumping each other, running the wrong route. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. He gets confused.
But Kyle had patience with him, though. He's good now.
Yeah. See, my thing is, I think now this is what I believe, you know what I'm saying, what they should do. I know players got to be cut, some players got to be traded, or whatever they have to do. Bring everybody back. Sign a player that you need to sign. And see who's going to perform. Who can't perform like you want to, cut them in preseason levels. You know what I'm saying? That way, you ain't got to worry about that fact that, you know what I'm saying, you can feel good about it. But cutting them now and then they go somewhere and explode, or because the way I look at it, the division that we in is the toughest division in football today right now.
Yeah.
Teams know what we like to do. So we just can't just let a player go because of feelings, you know what I'm saying? Because everything is a chess match. Because, even if they know what you're doing, at least you got the ability on your side to beat them with it. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't have that, that's when the game get bored and the sport can't get to talking about, they ain't got it or something, you know what I'm saying? You're able to see it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're able to see it.
And that's why Kyle alters some concepts every year. So this is why you can't come in and just look at film and use that to defense against Kyle Shanahan's offense. Because if they did, they should have been able to stop us last year. How many times, Ellis? How many times did we see people running wide open again last year?
All right. Not
Maurice,
too many.
Yeah, how many times we see people running wide open last year and the year before? This is just what Kyle does. He makes a fool out of your defense.
Yeah. And that part that he is good at, because once he gets the players he needs in that spot and he knows the ability to do it, he can replace off just your ability. That's how he did Debo Samuel the way he did, because he knew he had the ability to do that. Once he know you got certain abilities, he know what plays to give you. He know what plays to stick in there to make you. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how he thinks. But if you ain't got that ability, he can't put you in that spot with the play, because he knows it's going to take your ability to get it done.
And Maurice, that's why Dante Pettis is standing next to Kyle watching the game every week, because here he is. He knows, Dante, you know what you're supposed to be doing. But when I see you hit the brakes midway through a route, I know you knew what you did, and you probably think I didn't notice. Sit your ass down. No, that's it. I mean, come on, Dante. This is football. Every now and then you're going to get hit.
You're going to get hit. You better be smart and be crafty and try to avoid the hit, but don't be trying to not catch the ball so you can't get hit.
And don't let me see it.
Exactly.
God, make the play. We got insurance. If you get hurt, you'll get paid. Nobody's going to kill you. Come on. And Maurice, here's the thing. 15 years ago, Dante Pettis would not have been in the NFL. before they start protecting wide receivers,
Yeah,
there was no such thing as
Man, you go
hitting a
back 10
defenseless
years ago.
receiver. Bullshit. What is defenseless? He comes in here, he's mine. That's the way it was with defensive
That's
backs,
right.
you know?
We
No!
ain't not coming, no saying he come across the middle. He already scared. He gonna just give us the ball.
Anyway,
You know what I'm saying?
we'll see.
This is why I think whatever we do, I think our first draft pick need to be a good offensive line.
Yeah,
so we can develop Jimmy G.
Yeah, because
There had to be somebody on that line.
And Weston
You know what I'm
Richburg.
saying? Start them first.
Yeah. Well, you got to go, fam.
Then go back and pick all of them.
And yeah, because you got to protect G. All right, fam.
You got to.
Let me see you tomorrow night, huh?
All right.
All right. Have a good night, fam. It's Maurice. Okay. Right. And let's go see if is Ellis ready. Ellis.
Just 10 more minutes, Cam. My bad.
No problem. We got folks wait. We'll come back. All right.
I appreciate it.
No problem. All right. Let's go see here. We got. Anyway, I'm still hoping. Just Hayden. I'm just hoping that this guy. What's his name? Edwards. Just for once, I just want to be able to tell Jack when he calls back. Jack, you finally got one wrong. God, it just feels good to say it. Hayden. Hayden.
Well, so I don't know what's going on with Matty Ice.
Yeah, no.
That's a new nickname.
Kyle won't tell us, Matty B.
No, first of all, I thought it was the fumbles.
I did
then
too.
it's just like he seems sad on the sideline every game.
Yeah.
Like it cuts the camera cuts to him and he seems like he's sad.
He did look sad, didn't he? Unlike Dante Pettis, who was having a great time standing on the sidelines.
Oh, he's having a blast on the sideline.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. And there's nothing. All we can do is guess.
Yeah, like he first of all, he was doing great. I don't know. It was like until the Falcons game when he fumbled. That's when it went downhill.
Yeah, that just seemed to be it. That's game over for Matty.
Yeah, and like Kyle won't tell us that I thought it was the fumbles, and then I don't even know now.
Yeah,
like not even the games where he doesn't even play or not even fumble, he still like looks sad on the sideline. So you could just guess.
Oh, he definitely wanted to play. I mean, that's Matty B. Unlike players that are sitting back, relaxing on the sideline and seemingly enjoying it, he wanted to get in there. Yeah, no, he wanted to play.
No,
Felt
Dante
sorry
was
for
just
him.
like, this team's doing good. I don't need to put in any effort. I'm gonna sit back, relax, talk about my cats and
give guys high fives and celebrate when they come off after they got through doing something. I mean, I appreciate that the fact that he supports his teammates. But come on, Dante, you look a little too satisfied on that sideline, man. Yeah.
Celebrate while you're doing something, not come in every 10 weeks.
Yeah. I don't know. I just want to see a little anger. Put a game face on at least. Or stand next to the coach and look like you wish he'd put you in. Say things to him like.
It's weird because like if you don't give Matty B a chance, then like why are you letting Dante just like cruise around the? Because like he gets some snaps, which I'm confused about because I don't know why you would even let Dante play.
Well,
he does nothing.
He's out there blocking.
He blocks but then he gets bulldozed by the defense, and then he gets destroyed by the defense. He can't block because he's too scared because he's a Kit Kat.
Oh God!
That's why we named him that.
You know what? We may see a different DP this year. I hope so, because we've had enough of the last.
He was good. Was it the rookie year or the second year?
Oh, he was awesome in his rookie year. He was out there running great routes. Defenders couldn't cover him. Remember that touchdown against the Vikings in game one?
Because because like the Steelers game, it seemed like it'd be bright for Dante. I thought once he won that game winner, I thought it was going to be Dante, and Devo wasn't really good till week whenever Emmanuel Sanders came.
Hey, stay.
I mean,
Don't,
he was good.
hey, don't do your speaker. Don't do your. You go ahead and get into your headphone. Don't get in speakerphone.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. I can hear you better now. Go ahead.
Is better now?
No, it's much better. Go ahead.
Okay. So basically, Devo was all right. I mean, he didn't show up really. Kendrick and him didn't really show up until Emmanuel Sanders. But,
Interesting.
like,
Game 8.
play, like, really, really well.
Yeah. That's why we need that. We actually need a veteran presence. But maybe they're okay now. They don't need Sanders to hold their hand any longer.
No, I know. I was irritated because I thought Emmanuel Sanders, like, he was having fun with Debo, like, when they came on from the plane. But no, it's just for the money.
That Instagram post is worrying a lot of people. I just didn't get it. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Hey,
yeah.
Yeah, we got to go. I'm gonna look for you tomorrow, okay? And we'll keep you in the early hours for you, okay?
Bye, Ronbo.
Thanks,
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
And let's take it with Shalio.
What's up, Ronbo?
Shalio, as we move toward the 18th, man, we got to get ready for the impact of losing some of the guys we really enjoyed. RFAs. It looks like Matty B might be walking on real thin ice. Kendrick Bourne is probably secure, or at least he probably should be for a lot of reasons. And Shalio, I tell you what, I like Matty B. But you gotta come to grips with it. So we'll see what happens. But Shalio, your thoughts on this and the 49ers post Matty B, if that's the case.
How about them Cowgirls? How about them Peacocks? How about them Los Angeles Lambs? How about them Oakland, Las Vegas Trader Raider Joes?
Hey, you know what? Shalil, did you see that new logo that the Rams are sporting with that lightning bolt through it? Is that going to be the cap? Just because both teams are playing in that one facility. So I guess the people who made the cap said, hey, why don't we just go ahead and put these logos together? This is for fans of this facility, not necessarily the Rams or the Chargers. And besides, in this area, it's going to be mostly the opposing team's fans that are going to dominate the seating anyway.
Listen, Rumbo, the Lambs fans eventually will come back.
Yeah, it's going to take a while.
Their bandwagon fans will come back, but not this year
or the next year.
In eternity.
Yeah. You got to pay those actors to come in there and sit down and pretend like they're Rams fans. I mean, if the price is right, I might even sport a Rams. I'll put a mask on. I don't want anybody to see me. But if they pay too much money, I'll be a Rams fan for a game. I'll probably yell at the wrong time, especially if they're playing the Niners. Guys, go! God, another kid. Did you see Mostert? Oh, hey, refs.
And by the way, the Cowgirls need a quarterback, so Tom Brady could go there. Jack is asking for $30 million. What, $40 million?
Wait, $40 million, right?
You know what? Yeah. A good thing about our quarterback, we paid him, and we paid him early, so we don't have to deal with problems like what Cowgirls are dealing with Dak Prescott.
I enjoy it. I love watching teams like the Cowboys have their issues with the front office. Zeke is probably going to, if Dak gets a raise, Zeke is going to ask for one. They're spoiled.
Oh, very. And Jerry's like, man, I don't know what to do.
We're going to beat them.
Shot of vodka.
You know we got them on our schedule this year. I can't wait to play the Cowboys. They're pissed off about
the
hot boys. You want to find out who the real hot boys are. We got to win that game, Shalil. It's going to be such a celebration. Who the hot boys now? And you know what? Who is that tweeted me and says you got your lawyers on my case? Yeah, I'm Quan. I'm talking to y'all. What do you? Don't walk away. I can just see Quan now. Woo! God, I can't wait
He's
till
going to
next
be all
season.
over DeMarcus Lawrence.
Oh, God.
But anyway.
DeMarcus, I got my lawyers keeping an eye on this situation. What? You guys don't have no patent on that. There's 2 Z's on it. And matter of fact, we got endorsed by the real Hot Boys. Y'all stole the name yourself. You ain't got no right to this name. I love it. Cowboys.
But anyways, Ronbo, Tom Brady. See, the thing is with Tom Brady is that the press is trying to put this narrative out that, oh, he's going to come to the San Francisco 49ers. The thing is, what they're trying to do is what Denver Broncos did with Peyton Manning. Bring Peyton Manning in for that window that they had, and they won a ring.
Yeah.
And what happened afterwards? They turned into shit. They're still shit.
I know.
We're not trying to. We can't, like, some teams are just okay with fucking winning a ring and then being shit for the next 4 years. That's not right. We want to build,
Well, essentially, there's nothing wrong with Jimmy G that we need to bring in Tom Brady.
No, there's not. He's still learning.
Yeah.
He's still learning. He's got, what is this, 17, 18, 2-year development under Shanahan?
Oh, yeah.
He should be striving. He should be striving next year. I mean, he had a little bit of problems, throwing the ball. Like the other caller said, you can't just blame him. You got to blame some of the defense. Why was that ball not intercepted when Bosa clearly in the defensive line put pressure on him? We should have got that ball picked.
Yeah, you got to wait. Jimmy's needed a year to get over the ACL. He didn't get enough, and he never whined about it. Nobody would say anything about it, but he needed a year to get over that. He wasn't supporting that leg. It just wasn't the same Jimmy G as he was first year. That's an indicator. He's not all of a sudden just sorry or regressing. He's unhealthy. This year, I don't expect that to be an issue. Also, better knowledge of the system.
And it's a very complicated. Kyle Shanahan's system is very complicated. It's probably It was a 3-year fix for Matt Ryan. He wanted out. He wanted Kyle fired.
He hated Kyle.
He hated Kyle.
It's a tough system, It's not just go out and play. No, you got to be sharp in this system. You got to do it right. And if you don't do it right, I'm going to tell you about it.
You have to be sharp.
Huh?
But Jimmy Garoppolo reminds me a little bit of Tony Homo. Tony
Everybody
Romo
says that. Everybody calls.
He reminds me of
Tony.
him because when Jimmy Garoppolo gave the deep ball to Emmanuel Sanders, I think in my opinion, if he was a 6 foot, if there was a 6 foot receiver, 6'4", 6'3", I think he would have caught it.
Yeah, and not only that, Sanders is not as fast as he used to be now.
Yeah, and Sanders is not as fast.
Yeah, he's not.
If we had a faster, maybe a little bit taller guy. I'm not saying Sanders is bad or anything, but if we had
need to be taller, he needed to be Marquise Goodwin. Goodwin is waiting for that ball in the end zone. That's the thing. But it's what it is.
But Marquise Goodwin against the Packers, he lost that battle.
Why not? I'm just saying Marquise Goodwin's speed. I'm not talking about his catch, but I'm talking speed. So, but anyway, Shalil.
Goodwin is just a runner. I think.
Yeah, he's.
I don't think he's meant to play this position or football in general.
Yeah, he had a year catching the ball. I don't understand. Anyway,
I think he's more of a track runner.
Well, yeah, he's got speed, no doubt about that. All right, Shalil.
We should look for T. Higgins in the draft. Thank you for the platform, Ronbo. You have a good night. Shout out to the Niners Empire.
All right. Night, Shalil.
Night.
Yeah, I'm still wanting that. I still want some a speed merchant on this team to facilitate Kyle's offense. A local 49ers fan, did I hear having actors be fans for the Rams? Them lambs. It sounds like paid spectators. Not the spectators are paid. Local 49ers fan, thanks for his contributions. Hey, that's documented and printed. I don't know if somebody's just clowning on the internet, but I read the entire article. The Rams, it's embarrassing. You cannot have a 49ers game with 3/4 of the stands being filled with red. It's kind of obvious. And the Chargers they just quit. They didn't even try to get people anymore. Hey, Ellis, are you ready?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ellis, we've been talking about a lot of things
What's
tonight.
up, fam?
Yeah, we've been talking about a lot of things, but the thing is, we're looking at the situation regarding Kendrick Bourne, of course, and other restricted free agent Matty B. And Alice, I don't know, are you sympathetic for Matty B? Because Matty B, on the one hand, you feel bad about what's happening to him, but on that team, if you got 3 other guys or 2 other guys, you got to be real careful about what you do when you get your snaps. And did Matty B do enough wrong for Kyle to treat him like he did? Or do you think he was mistreated? And is Kendrick Bourne going to stay on this team?
I really don't feel like Matt Breida wasn't doing. I don't think he was doing bad for us. You know what I mean? I know he had a couple of issues with holding on to the ball, but I mean that was just what, maybe was it 2 or 3 games that maybe he had a fumble or 2? I know he had one game that he had back-to-back fumbles. But for the majority of the season, it looked like he was holding on to the ball. And I mean, we got to remember that, a running back is only as productive as his line is. So if the line just so happens to be making holes that day and, being able to take advantage of the defense and give him the proper looks so he can hit the holes. I mean, look at that. What was that? The Bengals game where he had that, throw off the first play.
Browns.
You know what I mean? When he took it to the house.
Oh,
hello?
Yeah. That was the Browns.
He had a good game against the Bengals. Browns. Yeah, my bad. But I'm just saying, I like Matt. I don't think we should get rid of him. And the reason why I'm thinking that is because he's been used to our system. And if we do go with another running back, trying to get them acclimated, with the new offense and everything like that, and then on top of us trying to incorporate Jerick McKinnon, what if he doesn't end up pulling through for us, and then we get rid of Matt Breida? Now we're only down to what? How many running backs?
3.
We got Raheem, we got Raheem, Tevin, Jeff, and then of course, we got our fullback, but I mean he's used in a different aspect. So I just feel like if we get rid of Matt and then one of the other guys end up falling through, are we going to be okay? Because we had some issues with, injuries and stuff last year, and that depth at the running back position, we were able to kind of cycle in guys and, still be able to, get some benefits here and there. I'm just concerned that if we get rid of them and then try to go with somebody random, a new, newer known name, or a rookie that is, we may be in a little bit of trouble later on down the line if injuries become a problem. That's just a thought. You know what I mean? I'm not, but, it just kind of depends, man. It's a crapshoot because if we go with Jerick McKinnon, then, when he benefits, then, we benefit from him and he's actually played strong and we get to see him full bore, everything, then we'll be all right. You know what I mean? We could be all right. Of course, with Jeff and, Raheem and Tevin, we'll have a nice, little arsenal. But he's not that expensive. So I don't know, man. It's a toss-up for me. I'm more so trying to figure out what the hell is going to go on with maybe D4 and Emmanuel Sanders and also Jimmy Ward. Well, what are we doing with those guys? Are we doing any restructuring? Are we getting rid of? Are we not calling back Emmanuel? He's getting on IG. 1 minute he's saying, I seen the post with all the other stuff where he's flashing, and then he posted a picture of his wife and I believe one of his kids earlier today that I saw, and he was saying, something referencing that, it's all about them and, the benefits for them or whatever. I don't remember verbatim what it was that was said on there, but I just don't know if he might talk himself into not getting re-signed if he, becomes a little bit too, sloppy on the Instagram thing. You know what I mean? It's like you're putting out subliminals and shit like that. It's kind of like, well, we don't want that. We want somebody that's classy, that's going to maintain. Because then there was a message where somebody was saying, are you going to stay? And he says, I know where I want to be. I hope it works out, but it's not up to him. So that was another thing that I saw a couple of days ago. So he's kind of left in the dark, man, and it's just like us. We're all left in the dark as to what the hell is going to really happen here. I feel like Eric, Armstead has already sealed deal for sure, and then, this whole Tom Brady shit should be to bed by now. Nobody's, thinking about that. I'm just saying that should be to bed by now. I don't even want to hear any of that anymore. But it's a big concerning because we don't really know if we get rid of too many guys and then we end up being short at that position, who the hell are we going to have,
become running back? Where are we going to put Debo at running back? Let's just say Jerick McKinnon gets re-injured, and then we're not getting as much production, and we need an extra back to try to switch some things up. Who are we going to move to that position if hypothetically that happens? It's just we got to think ahead, and so I'm just hopeful that we can make a decision that is going to cover all bases and not just we just want to get rid of money kind of bullshit, because Matt Breida is not really expensive at all. So I feel like, let him come to camp and let's see what happens. But if we don't have the money, we have to move things around and we're meeting this deadline, then we got to, whatever needs to happen is going to have to happen. You know what I mean? Because there's there's an expiration on the, as far as the process and getting people re-signed and having the proper, budget to retain these guys, man. So
it's going to be tough. It's going to take some real Parag Marathi manipulation. But the dude's got some magic, so we'll see.
Yeah, methodical. We got to be methodical for sure, Yeah.
We're going to find out in 10 days, Ellis. All right, fam.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to look for you tomorrow, all right?
I appreciate you waiting on me, family. Thank you.
No problem.
Shout out to the Niner Faithful, man. Let's get it in, man. Monday Night Raw tomorrow.
Yeah, good time. Thanks, Ellis. Have a good night,
yes, sir.
Fam.
All right, champ. Peace. You too, fam.
Now, who is Jeff Casey? Boy, can't see you. Jeff, I was looking at all your madness, and then all of a sudden I seen you put Clark over Bosa. You can't even get a crowd of people, Chiefs, to agree with that. That was the silliest thing I've ever read. Clark over Bosa. Really? Slap yourself. Let me bring him in. He is the Iron Sheik. Hey, Sheik, come on in, man.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man? How's your Sunday?
I tell you, man, I'm still worried about. I've really grown attached to Matty B down through the years. I kept wondering when he would come into the game and break off one of his great runs, but I think Kyle or something, they browbeat him or something. He started looking a little less confident. He was getting stacked up the line of scrimmage. Kind of reminded me of Carlos a couple of times. I said, what's wrong with Matty? That's not Matty B. He's trying to be too careful. You got to be Matty B. Just do your thing. Don't go, So I think he's saying goodbye, Sheik. And Kendrick Bourne, I feel confident he's coming back. But I mean, what is your take on all this?
Well, I think, that you got Turner, our running back coach. He's been definitely making work whatever he got. And he has that, that switch of different type of running back styles and all that. So Moster's definitely number one right now in the rotation with him and Coleman. But like I said, a couple of days ago, when I told you about Jonathan Taylor, or, he's definitely a nice back to pick up if we trade down to the second round. If we wanted to let go of Coleman or Taysom
you mentioned
Capper,
him last week, didn't you? Was that? Well, you mentioned that running back last week, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, he's pretty solid, huh? Yeah. You can't, but you can't. They won't get a second round. What round do you think you can get him in?
We can probably trade down from our 31st and get a second round, and probably get him around the mid-second round to the Colts. I think around the Colts or the Chargers.
Yeah,
around those picks, we should
probably
have them there.
I don't know, but do you think the 49ers would grab a running back with their highest pick, though?
Well, the thing is, it depends on who is available. But if the safeties are out and all the wide receivers, all the guys, because I like Denzel Mims. He's a good wide receiver, but he was projected to be a 4th or 5th round.
He's
getting that boost on the combine. So that's my issue about that. But he's a good wide receiver, no doubt.
I'm starting to believe that stuff. You know what? Remember that guy that everybody was high about, the long, tall receiver, lots of speed that went to the Cardinals? I forget his name. Everybody wanted to get him, and he ended up. The Cardinals, I think they wanted to cut him.
Oh, Hakeem Butler, I think?
Yeah, that's him.
Or something like that.
Everybody loved him. So Hakeem Butler, man. I went to go look at his film. Okay, looks pretty good. And all of a sudden, the Cardinals said, we're getting ready to let this dude out of here right now. So I couldn't, When they say something, if they say you're a 4th or 5th round pick, you might be. But go ahead.
Well, he did get hurt, but at the same time, he's at the ranking. He definitely is not like a starter. So he's like maybe 2 years. You have to work on it. That's all I'm worried about. These like Denzel Mims and this and that. You know, he's a good. Don't get me wrong. He has nice style, and I like him. But I think we got to get the best available player. Whoever is the best available between.
Well, yeah, I got you there.
There's 2 running backs right there. You got to get
them. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but Ronbo, I don't know if I know this is not 49er real. I just want to laugh with all the 49er fans. Did you see the new Lambs logo?
Hat? Yeah, I saw that. I saw it on a hat, a lightning bolt wrapped around. I said, yeah, this is good. If I ever see a Rams fan walking down the street with that hat on, yo, man, so which team is yours? The Chargers or the Rams?
Right? It's so bad, Ronbo. They have no identity, Ronbo. That's why I love our 49ers.
But where's the integrity? Why would I put that hat on my head? I just see us with a Raider 49er cap. I would I'd try to sneak in the back. Well, late night, me and a bunch of dudes would come down there and try to burn the store down, man. Hey, this is blasphemy. Yeah. You're going to make me put a eye patch and a red 49er logo next to each other like that? Are you crazy? Where's the guy who designed this? Yeah. Well, that's what we need to find. Let's get him. That's crazy.
You know, if you remember back in the day, Ron, we had like a logo, I think it was in the 60s or 70s. It was like the oh my God, it was like a guy with a gun was shooting down.
Oh yeah, that's Sam. That is
Sam. Yeah. Yeah, that was interesting, but I mean, like,
but he's a 49er. He's a rootin' tootin' 49er, right? So you know, the guns flying and everything.
Exactly.
It's kind of but you know, it's not a logo that would withstand a long test of time. You got to have numbers and things like that. You can't use a human form like that, you know.
Right. But yeah, anyways, Ron, but like I wanted to, give a shout out to Tony. He did good. But I think my issue with the Armstead thing, he wanted Tim Jerrigan and he said Sanders back, and then I believe Darby.
Yeah.
Out of those 3, it's about close to $13 million. I'd rather have Armstead over those 3 players.
Yeah.
He might, like you said, like early in the interview, that you guys said that, Armstead was good with both. So, yeah, that's currently right. But he's always been a run stopper. And that's what we've been good. Even when we didn't have Dick Bosa and D Ford, he's always been there in stopping the run.
Mm-hmm. If Armstead does that role as good as he does, I want him to stay in that role, actually. Because I don't know if anybody else on a team can do that. Are they going to be that disruptive? Armstead's a good ball player. Tony did say that he doesn't do well with double teams. I never paid that much attention with Armstead because I'm always watching Bosa. Bosa's fun to watch. He's coming down through the side looking like a Tasmanian devil. There's all kind of guys trying to hustle over and get him, and he's all on the ground. They've got him down. Bosa's still making plays. I said, oh, my God. He's an animal.
Exactly.
So, he's fun to watch.
But, another thing, Ronbo, too, if we had, like, another guy, like, let's say Julian Taylor or Solomon Thomas, if they're definitely a breakout year, then you probably most likely want to let go Eric Armstead. But because they're decent and not good, like Solomon Thomas was doing, you cannot pass on Eric Armstead. And you go get something off the streets that it might not work. Go with something that's already working. But I do love Sanders, but with that money, if he's asked for a lot of money, then no. If he wants to come back for a $6 million for 1 year, then we might consider.
He's not.
So yeah,
he's not. Hey guys, Jeff, I need a block. Jeff Casey, I need to throw him out just for that. Frank Clark over Bosa. Boy, that's just a crying shame. But that's what I'm saying. You're not gonna. I don't think Emmanuel Sanders is thinking about playing for. He ain't trying to hear about no salary cut, and also, but Sheik, I can't. Why would he turn down? I'll give you 6. Because Emmanuel, listen, before you get mad, all right, listen, not disrespectful. I'm going to load this with so many easy incentives for you. You're going to make way more than you would at any other team that you go to. I guarantee you that. Any guaranteed salary. Because, make it easy. And I don't know why when he likes the team, he likes the atmosphere, he knows we're a championship caliber team. I don't know why he wouldn't say yeah. Why does he have to go where he's guaranteed a certain amount of money? He'll probably tell you, man, I could break my leg on the first play and can't make no incentives. I understand that, but what are the odds? So, you know.
Then I'll part. Go ahead.
I don't think he's coming back, Sheik. But go ahead. What were we going to say?
But no, I was going to say, I'll counter with that. I was like, hey, man, look at Odell Beckham. He's making his money. He made his money with the Giants. He went to the Cleveland Browns, expecting to be a good team, but he didn't. Mm-hmm. He has his money, but he's pissed because he's not actually winning, miserable. Mm-hmm. And with that money, you're just eating money, but you're just not enjoying the football game that you love. So Emmanuel Sanders, if you really want to make and go to a Super Bowl and actually win it, come back to San Francisco. Because I hear that the Jets might be interested. Come on, the Jets. Look at Bell over there. He's not happy.
Hey, Sheik, are the Jets going after him? They're interested?
I heard because of Robbie Anderson, he's probably going to be in a free agency. They're probably not going to re-sign him. So they might consider getting the Jets might be interested in Sanders.
There you have it. All right. All right, Sheik. Good news. Thanks. All right. Okay. All right. I already know the Eagles are after Ward, so we got problems. Anyway. All right.
Yeah. Anyways, Ronbo. Well, shout out to everybody in the chat room. Shout out to the Ronbo chat. Faithful, hit that like for Ronbo Sports, sub, share, and follow all of his platforms. Thank you, Ronbo, for this opportunity. And shout out to the next caller. Go Matters.
My pleasure. Thanks, Sheik. See you tomorrow night. And actually, Sheik said it. Hit that like. I love it. We're going to roll on out and see you tomorrow night, fam. Have a great night. And God, I love doing that.